This is Whiskey Happens. I'm Garrett,
I'm Travis.
and tonight we are talking about an oldie but a goodie. I don't think we've ever covered it on the show before. And
Nope.
as you can tell by the title, not because of the lot, but because I don't think we've ever done it. Elijah Craig, Barrel Proof.
Yeah, I'm excited. B522. I have the lot. I have the B lot from last year as well. So coming in at 121 proof, which I found interesting, and it's actually the other one's 118 proof, so not too far from each other from year to year. But
Now, I'm glad you brought that up actually, because the A lot, which I have as well, and I
yeah,
was like, which bottle's which, is 120.8. So this is just 2 points hotter than the first season of this year.
interesting.
These bottles MSRP for about $60. I get mine normally for about 70 with tax, or not with tax, plus tax. I do see it go as high as 99 some places around here. I'm not sure if it's worth 99 unless you are a hardcore Elijah Craig fan. I think this. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I was gonna wait for you to finish, but I was gonna say I feel like when we first started doing this, the barrel proof and the toasted were super hard to find, one, and two, really allocated and everyone wanted them. And now I feel like, especially the barrel proof, is pretty easy to get when it drops. It's not like it's something like super sought after anymore. I wonder what that, I mean, is it just people thought it was going to be something spectacular? And now it's kind of like, because you think Booker's does a similar thing, and Booker's is really way harder to find. And so, I don't know. I found that interesting recently because I didn't have a tough time getting either one of these bottles.
Yeah, I do remember when Barrel Proof first came out. I missed the first season altogether. And then or I'm sorry, when I became aware of it. I actually do not know when this started, but it is a recent thing. My first bottle was during the pandemic, and it was I want to say it was a B lot from the 2020.
Okay.
But maybe it's the fact of it released. I almost want to say 2019, but I could be wrong. I want to say it released 2019, and it was new. People don't know what it was, so you buy it all up, and then I'm sure during the pandemic there was plenty of them to be found by people because like you walked into stores and found ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
And no one's buying it because it's a pandemic for some reason. I wish I'd went out more, but I'm part of that problem, or I guess because I wasn't going to all the liquor stores in DC. I was just going to the same places I always go, not thinking some stores gonna have a surplus because no one ever goes there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anywho, yes, I agree with you. It seems as though barrel proof is becoming more common, or Elijah Craig barrel proof has become more common around here. Elijah Craig toasted, it isn't hard to find, but I am not gonna pay the secondary price.
Yeah.
Again.
No,
because we all know I did the first time.
You did. I just wonder. I'm wondering. Like the other thing I think it through is, a lot more people are doing Elijah Craig private barrels, and so that's a single barrel, and it's what I see more of those, I guess. And so I'm guessing maybe it's just the fact that they're doing more experimentals at Elijah Craig to give people more options. So it's not just the barrel proof that's out there. So now you do have a lot more options. So maybe that's the reason. I don't know, but it'd be interesting to understand. I'd love to do a little bit more research on that. It hasn't really been that allocated anymore, and I'm wondering if it was because there was a bad batch, and everybody was like, "Oh, maybe we shouldn't keep buying these." Like, I don't know, but
I am very curious because I know the C lot from 21 crushed it, loved it. Have no clue why. My first bottle, it was so.
Yep.
But also, I was like everyone. I was drinking a lot during the pandemic, so it wasn't so much, oh, this one's special, this one's precious. It's like, what's on the shelf? There's nothing else to do.
That's true. That's true. I mean, and these are high proofers. So, I mean, very rare that you get them under 115. So they're all normally 120 plus. Now, like I said, the one I had, the first one from the B lot from last year was 118, but still, I mean, they're all right around 120 or more. So that's another thing with these barrel proofs. So let's.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that I'd be interested to try. I've never gotten all three from a year.
Yeah.
I'm teed up for that to happen. All I need is a C lot from this year, and I will have them all to compare all three of them. 12-year age statement. I believe it's always the same mash bill of 78 corn. I said always the same, and I can't remember. 78% corn, 12% barley, 10% rye.
There you go.
There we go. I got through it.
Yes, you did.
We'll see if I was right, but I want to say it's always the same mash bill, 12-year. And I think I've talked about enough. Let's get to a nose.
I definitely agree.
If you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I'll put the little YouTube box right here to remind you.
Yeah,
and
smash that like.
Very ethanol heavy. I obviously expected this.
Yes,
but I can't even swirl.
I mean, it's definitely because there's so much corn in it. I mean, you just get that up front.
Yeah, and I just popped this maybe 5 minutes before we started. So
that's true. I just, same as you. I haven't even opened it yet. So
a light cherry note.
Wow. I get a little tobacco on the end, a little smoke. Definitely at 121, I didn't expect it to taste like this. So ethanol completely dissipates from the smell. Like you don't get that when you actually sipping it. So
yeah, I surprisingly very buttery, and I get the tobacco you're talking about, as well as I don't know. I hate using leather, but not in a bad way. It's just it's the thing that comes to mind. I'm even salivating a little bit. I'm really.
Oh, it's definitely giving me that tingle all the way down, like in my lips, my tongue. It's staying with me. I mean, this is. I'll be honest. The B lot from last year did not do much for me, and that's why I actually poured the B lot from last year as well, just to compare the two. And so that's why I was hesitant to buy the B lot from this year. But I'd heard a few good things about it, and I'm actually impressed.
Yeah, I think that there's a striking cherry note that I'm getting that kind of reminds me of Stag. I don't know if I'll just look right now. If my Stag is the same brew. Nah. I was gonna say might join you in a makeshift comparison, but we are sitting way too high on that at 130.
Well, I just tried the one from last year, and it's tough. It's not as bad as I remember it. Let me put it that way. It's actually all right. From last year, it's not great. I still like this year's batch better than last year's batch B. But yeah, I mean, like I said, at that proof difference, 118 to 121, I can't tell a huge difference in if one drinks hotter than the other. I would say they drink about the same, but I definitely would. No, I would definitely drink. I would definitely drink that on a more regular basis. So that's really good.
Yeah, after this last sip, I'm realizing that maybe the leather thing I'm misplacing with rye. I think that's why I'm struggling to place that, but strong rye note, still light leather, whatever you want to say, but definitely that's what I'm getting is rye.
No, I mean, I get leather. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's not leather like so you're going to lick a leather couch, but It is definitely like it's almost like you were in a cigar lounge. That's what I'm getting. In a cigar lounge, you have the leather chairs. It's that ambiance, that smell that's in like that's kind of because when you're in a cigar lounge, you get that kind of taste because it's in the air. And that's kind of what I get. Not in a bad way, of course, but it's just it's very rich.
Yeah, rich is a good word. I I almost want to say, no, I'm going to say it. I would do this one in a Coke.
Really?
Yeah, because I like how it drinks, but I feel like I would get into trouble with this one. Like, I
Just like
guarantee you,
Stag.
yes, this bottle will not be sitting on my shelf by the end of the year unless I just get another one. I can promise you that. So I feel like maybe a ginger ale doesn't literally have to be a Coke. Would
I can see
strike me very
that.
good right now. Yeah,
I just add a
yeah,
little bit of water to it. It's changed completely. It's amazing how something that has so much corn in it, when you add a little bit of water to it, the corn even amps up even faster, which I find just fascinating.
yeah. I'm immediately getting like a more sugary note
Yep,
and a
like sugar
peppercorn on the back
cane,
end. You say sugar what?
like sugar cane.
Like sugar cane. Yeah, I think it does only affirm that I wouldn't mind this in a caffeinated beverage, non-caffeinated funnel. What am I trying to say? Soda?
Soda
Yeah. But
pop.
if I'm home alone and there's no way for me to get in trouble, then fine.
Yeah, I would definitely say if I was out at a bar, the other thing this would be really good at, and I'll have to try it, is if a bar has this, I'm going to do it in an old fashioned. It would be amazing in an old fashioned with that orange and the cherry and just a little bit of sweetness. That would be phenomenal. So I would give it 2 thumbs up, but I also would say I agree with you. I would drink it neat, but it would get me in trouble, and I think I would rather tone it down just a hair because I could drink on this all night.
Fair enough. There you have it. Drink this one with caution, but highly recommended. If it's not too late in the season, pick yourself up a bottle of Elijah Craig B-Lot 22. And just remember, doesn't matter like if you like it, wow, it just went too fast. If you like it neat, on the rocks, in a Coke, whiskey happens.
Cheers,
Cheers.
guys.